My brother and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has rules and regulations regarding our own human being desires and fulfillments. Allah created us. He knows that human being will have certain needs, certain things that we need to do to fulfill those needs. He has put regulations. For example, a person would like to earn money, to eat, to have a house, to have a car, whatever. Hence, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept a halal way of doing it, which is a form of worship. And then there is a haram way of doing it also, which would be a sin. Allahu Akbar, Allah musta'an. But it could change to an act of worship if we abstain from it. Yes. When we have a thing or an act which is haram and we abstain from it, it changes to a good deed. For example, if I found a wallet full of money somewhere in this masjid, what I will do with it will decide, will I get rewards for it or will I get sin for it? If I return it to the rightful owner or to the authorities, yes, I have done it. But if I don't, then I have committed a big sin. I have failed the test that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put it. Same rules apply to every act of deen, including marriage. We need to know, we need to understand that there's a haram way of doing things, like a person who would like to, abuse or want to have fun in terms of opposite gender. The doors in today's era is wide open for everybody and everyone. Allah musta'an. That era we are living in is full of fitnas. And those who abstain from it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have converted that into good deed, an act of worship. And this is why there's a hadith of those 7 people who will be in the shade on the day of judgment. And one of them is a man or is a person who's called by the opposite gender to indulge in which is immoral. And there's no barrier between them and that immorality. Maybe that person is really with a lot of wealth, a lot of good looks. But that sole thing that made them abstain from it, they say, I fear Allah. I'm worried that on the day of judgment, I will return to Allah, and what answer will I have? Subhanallah. If that is the case, they have converted to this such an big act of worship that actually deserve the shade on the Roz al-Qiyamah, when the rest of humankind, by the way, will be in extreme sunlight. And it's a very long day. Apart from the other 6 which Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has mentioned in the hadith. So it goes to show that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the basic desires of human being. He knows what man would like to fulfill, and He has opened doors for good. In order for humans to be able to fulfill the basic desires correctly, in a most beautiful way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made what would we call today nikah or wedding. As the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam narrated by Abu Huraira, the most blessed marriage is the easiest in cost and mahar. Allahu Akbar. And where are we today? Look at our weddings. Allah musta'an. We have made marriages so difficult in terms of cost, in terms of choices, and henceforth the shaitan has made fornication so easy. And today if you go to some modern societies in the world, people are actually adopting the concepts of living together. Allahu Akbar, Allah musta'an. And I've seen Muslims, Allahu Akbar. You know why? Because it's easy. No cost, no liability. Astaghfirullah. And it is spreading. It is all because we, fathers, mothers, have made marriages difficult. We had huge expectations. You know, when we're trying to get married, our son or daughter, we had huge expectations. We want the girl to resemble like a movie star. We want her to have the right, size and right color, right era, right clan. And nowadays, the new thing is, we want her to earn more than the boy. What has happened to our Islamic values? رَجَّالُونَ كَمُّونَ عَلَى النِّسَاءِ. Where are the men standing for the women? We are made stronger. We need to go out and bring food and protect women. And similarly, for the groom, when we're looking for a groom, he needs to be extremely good looking, maybe with 6 packs also nowadays. He has to have a bigger house than mine. He has to have a bigger car than mine. Because my daughter used to travel in BMW, now I want a Rolls Royce. And same thing, we want same clan, we want same color, we want same nationality. We're all stuck in this dunya. Allahu Akbar. And nowadays they demand for 7 stars wedding. Earlier it was 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. Now it had reached to 7 stars wedding. I want my daughter to get married in a 7-star hotel. Specific gifts. And mahr. Allahu Akbar. The mahr is so huge nowadays, the demand is so huge that the boy has to take a loan from the bank. And that also on interest nowadays. Allahu Akbar. And you don't know, by the time he finishes loan, maybe the marriage is not there. Then he has to apply another loan. What foundations are we putting in this beautiful union? We have become salespeople, Selling, having a price tag for our daughter and a son. Allahu Akbar, Allah musta'an. Allah give us understanding. And in some Muslim cultures nowadays, Asian some cultures, it is the other way around. The family of the girl has to pay a huge dowry to get their daughter married. Which, by the way, is un-Islamic. And we know it has come from other religions, but we are simply copying it. We are not stopping at it. Where are we heading? And just because of this dowry, Allahu Akbar, a lot of our sisters are not getting married because the parents does not have that kind of money. In Islam, officiating a marriage is one of the most simplest thing. Allah made it very simple. And whoever makes it difficult, he is going against Islamic principles. Allahu Akbar, Allah musta'an. When Allah created ease for something, He does have a purpose. And when we create difficulty for the same thing, then we are actually killing the purpose of fighting the cause. Allah musta'an. My brother and sisters and my father and mothers, make marriages easy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us more understanding. My brother and sisters, The first relationship that God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, exposed to human being was of spouse, husband and wife, Adam and Hawa, may peace be upon them. Marriage is an integral part of Islamic society. Thus, it also comes with its ruling. So first, most and foremost, we need to understand that nikah, marriage, is an Islamic event. It's not a cultural gathering like we have done it today. It's an Islamic event. The union of two people in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is an Islamic event. But even before I go into the marriage functions misconduct that we do today, we need to know what should we be looking in a rightful spouse. And the guidelines could be taken from this hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he said a woman is married for four things: her wealth, her family status, her beauty, and her religion. So you should choose the religious woman. Otherwise, you will be in loss. And this is reported by Al-Bukhari. So accordingly, the most important characteristic we should be looking for a spouse should be religion, be it a man or a woman. Because a religious boy or a religious girl will always have fear of Allah in them. Hence, their treatment towards spouse will be dignified, will be fair, will be as per Islamic principles. It will be fair. And that spouse is the mother or a father of your future. So you need to have a spouse which can train your children to live on Islamic principles. By the way, we should not be superficial. A girl wearing hijab or a man having beard to be Islamic. We need to see the prayers. We need to see the piety. We need to see the moral character. We need to see the dealings. We need to see the behavior, the treatment of family members, circle of friends. So my fathers and mothers, do the investigation. And now don't tell me you cannot find all this information on Facebook and Twitter nowadays about anybody. So easy nowadays. But for the boy in question, you can simply go to the mosque where he lives and see him in Fajr prayers. Ask the Imam, do you see this boy in Fajr prayers? Oh, no, I've not seen this boy. Allahu Akbar, Allah Musta'an. And for the girls, our sisters and mothers can go to their house, see her dealing, see her friends. So there's always way to find out what kind of person that our children are getting married into, what kind of families we are getting into. I hope the brothers and sisters nowadays, which are, I call them e-brothers and e-sisters. Because all day they're linked to the web, internet. Their friends, their likings, their dislikings, their buying and selling, everything is on the net. So we have a lot of e-brothers and e-sisters nowadays. So it's more easier, to see what kind of shows they're looking at, what kind of videos they're looking at. Allah Musta'an. May Allah protect us. So my fathers, my mothers, and my brothers and sisters, please make marriages easy. Allahu Akbar. As the Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the most blessed marriage, don't you want the blessed marriage for your children? Allahu Akbar. Have simple nikah, have simple walima. So it's easier on the family, on the boy. The beginning of this union has to be blessed. And again, remember, nikah, marriage, is an Islamic event. So all the conducts of this event should be Islamic. No mixed gatherings, no mixed foods, no dancings. Look at our marriages today. Look where we have reached. Adopted from different cultures and different society, and we have made everything so superstitious, so artificial. And we are proud. I did my daughter's wedding in 7-star hotel. I did my son, I gave him this car and that car. Allahu Akbar, Allah Musta'an. May Allah give us understanding. But now, before I conclude, I want to tell you a secret. An open secret that how to find your perfect spouse. Now, this secret Allah has given us 1440 years ago. A'udhu billahi minash shaitan. Al-khabisatu lil-khabisina wal-khabisuna lil-khabisat. Wat-tayyibatu lit-tayyibina wat-tayyibuna lit-tayyibat. So simple. Corrupt women are for corrupt men, and corrupt men are for corrupt women. Good women are for good men, and good men are for good women. And the verse goes, the good are innocent of what has been said against them. They will have forgiveness and a generous provision. Rizq. Allahu Akbar. This is in Surah Nur. So my brother and sisters, the only person that you need to nurture to find the best spouse is yourself. Because if you become good, as Allah promises, the other good spouse will start looking for you and will reach you. So how do you become good? La ilaha illallah. Go back to the basics of Islam. So my fathers and my mothers, make your children tayyib, what Allah mentions in this ayah. Have deen in your home houses. Have deen in your upbringing. Have deen in your lifestyles. So your children become tayyib. And their spouses become tayyib. Their generations become tayyib. Allah Musta'an. May Allah give us more understanding. May Allah make us mu'min. Remember Allah, the Supreme, and He will remember you. And be thankful to Him, and He will increase you in bounty. And seek His forgiveness. He will forgive you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have blessing in our marriages. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have blessed our Muslim boy and every Muslim girl for the righteous spouse. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless ease on every Muslim in every corner of this world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless shifa to every sick. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless Muslim ummah, the glory it deserves. Ameen. واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله